To the wonderful Tim Bick, who's going to come and talk about the Kelvedon Hatch secret nuclear bunker.
Good evening. My name's Tim Bick, and I have a strange yen for very, very bad tourist attractions. They're increasingly hard to find. The sort of places where the animatronics have largely broken down, the signs are written in felt pen in an unintelligible colour, and the whole concept of the attraction is basically misconceived. Essentially, a place run by amateurs. But I'm pleased to say there is one such place still in existence, and that is the secret nuclear bunker in Kelvedon in Essex, which is one of those. During the Cold War, there were a bunch of these places scattered around the country for the government to hide in and supposedly keep things, you know, turning over while everybody outside was dying a grisly death. That was their excuse, anyway. And this was, of course, at the end of the 90s. They gave up on that kind of thing, and the building was returned to the landowner. And he decided he'd open it as a tourist attraction. Now, being a secret nuclear bunker, of course, can be quite hard to find. And so we arrive in the middle of dense woodland, miles from any human habitation, at this curious building set into the hillside. This is the entrance, and as you approach the door, the first thing you see is this. Please go in and help yourself to a tape/wand player, pick one, hanging on your right. We strongly recommend the wand players, as you can start to look at the short 10-minute films, which greatly enhance the experience. I'm here to tell you, you can look at the short 10-minute films with or without a wand player. It makes no difference. Look at the displays properly. And the kids can try on masks and uniforms, blah, blah, blah. The next thing you see as you walk in the door is that you require a permit before taking a photo with video. I don't know how you take a photo with video. Maybe I'm just not very good at tech. £5, please. Now, serve yourself to a recorder. Not a tape player, not a wand player, a recorder. It's all becoming clearer. Although why you would want to record anything, I'm not sure. Which is behind a cage to your right. Don't forget to pay on exit and read the instructions. Here they are! The fabled wand tape recorder players. They're not tape players, are they? They're not recorders either. They're just those solid state audio guide machines that are common in these kind of attractions. Now this is exciting because in the same little room as the wand tape recorder players, on my second visit they've added this, which is a continuously looping DVD of the owner of said attraction and apparently sole staff member hectoring you with lots and lots of instructions, mostly about what you shouldn't do rather than what you should do. And everything that he says is written on all these signs that surround you in the room. And it's quite surreal because you realise that you're standing, where you're watching this, you're standing where he's filmed himself. So it's a bit like you're looking into a mirror and you have become him and you're lecturing yourself. He doesn't smile at all during the video. Don't forget to get your permit. Ah, now it's becoming clear. You purchase it from the canteen. Wonder where the canteen is. I'll go back outside and have a look. Oh, no, I won't, because then I'll have to pay £25 on top of the £5 for the photo permit. Okay, let's get in. Come on, let's get in. Let's go down into the mystery of the bunker. On the way, please serve yourself. Forget to serve yourself to one of these bloody wand players. tape has been subtly texted out there. I like this one because we're starting to see the lovely mixed typography for which this place is justly famous. The handwritten editions and this little extra about the films turning off at 4:15, which we found out later is not necessarily the case. It's been drawing pinned on, and he's also put a bit of sellotape on there just in case. We're still trying to get into this place. This is a beautiful collage, I think. The new chip and pin systems means they're no longer able to take cards for some reason. Look after your children, little bastards. The copyright of any film, I'm not sure whether this really holds much legal water, but the copyright of any film, video or audio recording made in the bunker belongs to that man you saw earlier, Mr. Parrish. Certainly, you know, if I was to record myself on my phone saying, "Don't forget to buy eggs on Thursday," while I was in the bunker, would he own that? I don't think so. And it's a little bit blurry, but there's a nice little note down here that says, "Very rarely, but sometimes, the electricity fails." It's reassuring, isn't it? Which, and then the emergency lights will come on until power is restored. There are mannequins on display, some very lifelike. I'm sure you recognise her. Or maybe not, because it's not that lifelike. And I can say, as I am a professional voiceover artist, I am here to tell you that she is wearing those headphones incorrectly. Now, oh yeah, don't forget to look after your children. And now it's starting to get a bit sterner. It is not optional. Do not pass this point without a wand. So, if you do not have one, go back and get one. This really does you. A little bit of extra sarcastic inspiration you had later on, clearly, for that addition. But you can't go back out and get one unless you want to pay £25. Don't pass me a guide or a tape one player, whatever it is. Oh, keep smiling as you are on TV. If you've not heard about the beds on the tape, you're going too fast. No exit back this way. So you've gone too fast, so it's best just to stand still, like a statue, for a while, until you hear about the beds. Adult ones. Nobody's mentioned an adult one before, but it's too late now. Have I got the right one? There was only one type, actually. Those ones you saw earlier, they were all the same. Don't forget your permit. Ah, now it becomes clear. The reason you need a permit, they want to flog you some postcards. Excellent quality, as I'm sure you agree. But it is only 20p. Now, later on in the bunker, you get to the room where this is taken. It's supposed to be John Major, in case you're not sure. And this is the room in which that picture's been taken. And there's a chain that's about 6 inches long that stops you getting into the room, so that you can just get the door ajar and just about get your head in and see. So I took my own picture, which is, yeah, they've updated the room very slightly since they took their postcard picture. But it's exactly the same angle as their picture. So clearly they didn't even bother undoing the chain before they took the postcard pic. Another nice little collage one here. If you haven't heard about the last story, you're going too fast. Audio trail straight on. Toilets upstairs to the right. And I like this. There's a nice little helpful, in case you're not sure what stairs are, assisting graphic. This is one of the many sad mannequins you will encounter, some of which are very lifelike. Not necessarily having a full complement of limbs. Oh, by the way, while we've got this slide up, this kind of cruddy, sort of 80s looking equipment is everywhere in this place. Every single space is filled with it. None of it has anything to do with the original purpose or usage of it. Because, of course, the MOD cleared the entire place of everything they owned. Mr. Parrish went off and bought a job lot of about 3 trucks worth of disused computer equipment of various sorts and just spread it all around. So, you know, if you're an aficionado of out-of-date technology, it's a delight. Don't forget your photo permit, obviously. I think that's a technician having a lie down after a nasty dose of radiation. Nice little touch here, the modern water bottle. And this is the men's bunk room. I'm not sure what's happened here. I think a sweater is just covering up an unsightly growth. And it's spooky, isn't it? It is quite spooky, particularly because you can't. It's not a very good picture, I'm afraid, but there's no arms here. No arms here. Well, there's no arms over here either. I might have mentioned that before. This is a nice one. There's a little room with a little scene of a family struggling with a nuclear winter, and little Tommy here. He appears to be from the 1930s, judging by his waistcoat. I could have sworn the Cold War didn't start until about 1945, 6, 9. Got on. And here he is, warming his hands over some irradiated biscuit crumbs. Touching. And of course, we mustn't forget about our wildlife. They need protecting too. After the nuclear strikes. This is a nice one because it's like a catalogue picture, isn't it? This one. She's got a dreamy, faraway look in her eye. She's only missing one arm. I'm suspicious about whether there's a hand on the end of this because it's crammed in her pocket very conveniently. And here we are on the sick bay. The doctor's an interesting pose there. I think he's just sort of trying to do the Heimlich manoeuvre on himself or something. And here he is with the patient, who now obviously they're missing a leg. You can see that. But is that before the operation or after? We will never know. If you're going to the toilet and you're thinking of taking a photograph while you're in there, do get a permit. Mr. Parrish clearly doesn't have a high opinion of his guests. Now this is absolutely magnificent. You're looking at this, you're thinking, what the f*** is that? It is, basically, it's a sort of massive zinc casing with one of those, what now, you know, seem quite outdated from 20 years ago or so, little digital cameras, which now, of course, nobody bothers to, most people don't bother out now. So he's embedded one of those inside this, so no one can steal it, presumably. It's absolutely enormous. The whole thing is about this big. And it's hung from the ceiling on a massive chain, just waggling about. And it comes with a lot of instructions, as you can see. Here are some of the instructions. Only £2. Oh, remember, you are on camera. You're not only using a camera, you are on a camera. And don't forget, it's £2. Yes, we got it. It's £2 a photo. Yes, yes. Now here's more instructions. Put £2 in the honesty box. Select a little bit of humour here. Select the best looking in your group. Put them in a uniform. Stand them on the X. There is no need to squat. Why? That would occur to you, I'm not quite sure. But don't. Some more instructions, and some more instructions, and some more instructions. And the beautiful result. Now you're really glad that you chose the best looking in your group, aren't you? I couldn't make head nor tail of it, so I just took my own. For which I required a permit. Another nice little combo sign here. I like the fact that he's done this. This is all one piece of laminate that he's produced at some point. I'm excited about the coffee shop already. But he's added an arrow to every single slice of it, somewhat unnecessarily. Don't forget that you can't go back that way. Yeah. Now, the canteen, not a coffee shop. What is it? It's canteen. Canteen, next to our canteen, is on a self-service basis. I can confirm that the canteen, which is absolutely massive, by the way, because it's clearly the original kitchen that they would have had in there for cooking food for everybody that was contained in the bunker. It's still there, and there's nobody in it. Not a soul, which is why they have these honesty boxes. And there's one of the honesty boxes. Honesty box. You have to pay. It's not a choice. You are on camera. I don't want to have to threaten you. But non-payers will be ... And nice little red eyes, in case you haven't got the message. There's another excuse about chip and pin, making them means they can't take credit cards. If there's never anybody in the canteen, how could they take any credit cards regardless of chip and pin? Now, you are being filmed, still, and therefore, your cooperation will ensure no undue confrontation. Thank you. We hope to see you again soon. We even think he might be a little bipolar. And the final magnificent cluster of signs as you struggle. Well, actually, before I go there, I meant to say, back on this one, he's actually, over here, he's actually painted on the carpet tiles on the ground, no wands beyond this point. That is going above and beyond. That's just added somewhere. So yeah, just stop to admire the final cluster of signs where the coffee shop canteen is now the bunker cafe. And there's ham, egg and chips, which presumably is self-service and there's no staff. You've got to cook yourself. This is the exit for the car park. Do not go out this door before you've paid and handed back your tape player. Else nasty things happen. I wanted to walk out with my tape player just to see what the nasty thing would be. And then a little friendly, join us on Twitter and Facebook. There's no exit here, unless you must pay, unless you're going directly to and from the toilets. So go straight to the toilet and come straight back to the toilet and we'll say no more about it. Did you do a number 1 or a number 2? Exit that way, toilet that way, toilet that way. I think that's clear. And then right at the end, he uses this place for film, people to do filming and photo shoots and things. He rents it out to people. So there's a little display of some rather tasteful results for the various hirees. Some nice vinyl outfits up there, vampires and things. And this wasn't on the wall, but I found this one on the internet later. Also taken during one of these shoots. Make of that what you will. If you're in the right Facebook groups, I expect you'll know what that's about. Now, I couldn't let it lie, because I thought maybe this is a kind of double bluff, and he's just, this is his funny, he's really a man with a sense of humour, and he's making all these signs thinking people will think I'm mad, you know, but really I'm just like, you know, I'm just messing with them. So I thought I need to ask him. Maybe this is all just, you know, his weird, eccentric sense of humour. So I sent him an email saying, basically, I try to keep it humble and say, keep it to two simple subjects, one of which is the shortage of arms amongst the mannequins, which we're all wondering about, aren't we? We're all wondering, is there a reason why? And also, why there are so many instructional signs. And he replied with enormous speed. 1952, I sent it 1853. So he replied within 9 minutes. When I last looked, the 6 mannequins had arms. We've had a film crew using the bunker for a film. So they may have dismantled the dummies and not put them back right. The first time I went, that's what that dummy looked like. On my second visit, 2 years later, that's what that dummy looked like. And regarding the signs, yes, they are all a response to, you know, misbehaviour. We find the public, I like the way he's put that in inverted commas, to make clear that he regards them as a lesser form of humanity. Tend not to read things first time, and a reminder is necessary. A reminder is necessary. Thank you very much.